What is up, YouTube? JankyYGO here. My name is Michael, and I have a new card to talk about. This is gonna be a relatively short video. Maybe. I do like this card. I've read it and everything. But I'll read it to you. So, without further ado, uh, it is Protector Spirit Logath. It's a light fairy effect monster. It's a level 7, has 2400 attack and 2100 defense. Its first and second effects are hard ones for turns. If a fairy monster you control activates its effect, you can special summon it from your hand. You can target one face-up card your opponent controls, and one attack position monster you control. Banish the first target, and if you do, you change the second to defense. And its last effect is if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target a monster on the field, and it can't be destroyed by battle this turn. So, excuse me. I have to clear my throat. Uh, so I think this card is pretty good. I don't really see a downside in this card other than for competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know what deck would run it off the top of my head, but I could see it being a one or two of in like a dedicate in some type of fairy deck as a play extender, especially if there's like a link spam fairy deck. Because like you can summon Venus, for example, pay 500. Uh, then you can special summon this card, and then so you can get a full 5 monsters between the mystical shine balls and uh your Venus. So that's something to keep in mind for casual Yu-Gi-Oh players. There are like people who love dedicated fairy decks and all that. I think this card is also a great for you guys to pick up. So if you guys play like really slow Yu-Gi-Oh, this card is still good because you just activate one effect and everything, uh, and then you summon it. Trying to think of a good fairy monster's effect to activate. So, I mean, that card's mainly for Dark Lords, but Dark Lord Superbia is a good generic fairy support that you could throw in any fairy deck, because if it's summoned from the graveyard, or when it's summoned from the graveyard, it's one effect. You could special summon a fairy from your graveyard. So what you could do with that is you could summon that card, its effect activates on the field, then you summon this as well, and everything. For and also if people like Athena, Athena's has an activated effect that you can send a fairy monster you control to the graveyard, except for Athena, and special summon one, except for Athena or something like that. You send another fairy monster you control. That's right. You send another fairy monster you control, and then you can special summon one fairy monster from your graveyard, except for Athena. Uh, Another copy of Athena. So this card works in dedicated fairy decks like that. I could see you running this. I'm no expert in agents, but I could see you running this as a one of in agents as well. Agents do play a lot of pretty bad cards in a dedicated Cyber Angel deck. This probably wouldn't be that bad either. Its second effect is why I'm saying I like this card a lot, and its first effect it makes it pretty easy to summon itself. Its second effect banishes any card that your opponent controls at the low cost of switching one of your monsters to defense. But that's not really a downside because uh, if you come up short for damage because you had to switch one of your monsters to defense, you can always use the monster uh, before you go to battle phase. Of course, you can use that monster that you switch to defense to Xyz or link summon with and everything because it doesn't restrict you in any way, shape, or form. I just think that this card is the floor on this card is pretty low, and it I don't see a downside to really running maybe one of it because even if you open up with it in your hand, you should be able to activate and summon it at like almost any time. But that is going to do it for this video. You guys can tell me what you think of this card, in the comment section down below. And if you like videos like this, be sure to leave a like. If it's your birthday today, I wish you a great and happy birthday. And of course, and as always, have a wonderful day.